what is the right age to start a retirement plan? How to go about it? Hari, that's a very interesting question. Actually, the right age to start your retirement planning is from the day you start earning. Okay, from the day you start earning. Because early, as I told you before, when an investment of 1,000 rupees for 33 years will make you a crorepati. So in investment, it's not how much you invest, it's always about how long you invest, number one. Number two, I'll give you a very interesting input. See, when my children were born, my son was the first born and the daughter was the second born. Whatever gifts that they received, that 50 rupees, 100 rupees, everything, I always invested in their name right from day one. Okay, and my daughter has a slightly more corpus than my son, because in Indian conditions, when a daughter comes of age, she attains puberty, there's a function where they give a little bit more money. So that investment that I had made for my children right from the time they were born is today around, I think, close to 7.5 lakhs for my son and 8.5 lakhs for my daughter. So my son was able to use a portion of it to go to US and come. So even the 50 rupees and 100 rupees kept over a period of time can become a substantial asset. So in an investment, or whether it's a retirement planning or your life goal planning, it's never about the amount, it's about how early you start. And even small drops of water or small drops of investment actually create an ocean. Okay. What is the success formula for becoming financially abundant? Oh, that's a very good question, Hari. So the success formula for becoming financially abundant. See, always start with a plan, because if you're failing to plan, you're planning to fail. Okay, this is a great World War II statement, and I am a big fan of this statement as well. So what happens is that
when you start your financial planning, always list down your financial goals and start with risk mitigation first. See, let's say you buy a piece of land, okay, and it is registered in your name. Even before you construct your dream building, you first put a fence in, right? So you protect what you have before you build what you want. So when you get into a financial planning, always first finish your risk mitigation. Have a good health insurance, have a good life insurance, have a good personal accident insurance. So life insurance compensates in case there's a death to you, to your family members who are dependent on you. Health insurance compensates for illness. A rich man can become poor only out of gambling or due to spending on health. The third one is personal accident. That's the most ignored insurance today, because personal accident protects you not only from death due to accident, but more importantly, disability due to accident. Today, a disability can render you jobless. It can actually, if you are a master craftsman and you lose your finger, your entire job is gone. So finish up these three risk mitigations. And if you have a home loan or something, ensure that you're adequately covered. So your life insurance should cover all your liabilities. Once that portion is done, create an emergency reserve for 6 months. 6 months of your monthly expense should always be kept aside as an emergency reserve, something that you can access in a day's time. So a lot of people have lost their jobs during this corona times, and people who had emergency reserves have always more confidence attending to interviews because they are not in a hurry. Okay, so second point is create an emergency reserve. Third, list down your goals as basic goals and aspirational goals. So the first basic goal is your retirement plan. Second basic goal is your child's education. Third, it could be their marriage. Fourth could be your parents. And fifth basic goal is your home. And then comes your aspirational goals. But what we usually do is we buy a car, and then we buy a home, and then we keep paying the EMI all our life and forget the first three goals. But if you start the first retirement, education, marriage, and then your home, you will be able to achieve this and that. So it's simple. Finish off your risk mitigation, create an emergency reserve, identify your goals, and keep contributing to that. Most complex things in life are actually very, very simple. Okay, then who is a financial advisor? How can a normal income class person have a financial advisor? What is the cost? Okay, so I think there's a lot of myth about these financial advisors. For all our customers, we charge zero fees. Okay, so we give the customers an option to either use us on a pay by service basis or consume products through us and still get the advice. So a lot of things, without even making an effort, we think that it is not affordable. Many of us think air travel is not affordable. But many places during off season, air travel is cheaper than a train travel. So let us come out of this world of assumptions and start approaching, because you definitely need a good advisor to guide you through this. It is not that he is more intelligent than you, he is more informed than you, because that's his full-time job. How to gain investment advice? Are there any degree or course? How you gain knowledge in this field, and it just comes with experience. It's a combination of everything. I think basically you should have aptitude to learn, number one. Number two, there are a lot of courses. Yes, there's something called a certified financial planning course, which is what we do, and then we qualify. Doing a commerce course or a CFA or CA, they also help you to gain. And of course, today I think Google and YouTube, there are enough material for you to learn. But even there, never hesitate to take a guru, because knowledge is not about knowing what are the right things to do. It is also about knowing what are the wrong things. There is more you from making mistakes rather than teaching you to do the right things. So for me, everything in my life, whether it's a travel or everything, I always hire the professionals, because I don't want to be penny wise and pound foolish. So everything, I always have an advisor. If it's a train ticket booking, I have an agent. If it's a flight ticket booking, I have an agent. Everything and anything in my life which I consume as a service, I always have an advisor, because I don't have to waste my time learning about that. I am good at what I do, and I have to respect the people who know what to do in their chosen field. And then can you share 3 success stories of your customers in various status of life? Oh, that's a very interesting thing, Hari. So actually, these are very emotional and very confidential things. So obviously, I will not be telling you the name of the customers. Our whole profession goes based on the anonymity of the people. So in this entire conversation, you would have seen that I would never have used a name. So there are 3 distinct things that touched my emotions. The first one was a corporate. Once first when I went and met him, he always said that he was into a job work, and he used to supply to one of the big companies like L&T, get a payment, and use that money for 3 months, and then he will supply the next lot and get the money. So I noticed that he always had a surplus money, which he always parked it in current account. So I sensitized him that there are products where you can park your money even for a day. So he didn't believe it. And then in the night, that's a long story, I will cut it short. But when we invested for him, at the end of first year, he had a surplus of 25,000 rupees only because of parking his temporary surpluses for a day or two. So he was a very moved man, and he created an employee benefit fund. And he told me this, Ishwar, I don't know what, this money is not mine, it is yours because you created. Actually, it was his money. But he said all these years, whenever people come and ask me for a loan, I never gave them a loan, because I wouldn't be able to manage if everyone comes and asks. From today, I have made it as an employee benefit fund. And because of that, I was told till last year, close to 13 female children got educated by going to 11th and 12th standard, because they were able to, because 25,000 today has become 250,000 for the company, the employee benefit fund. People have been able to take loans from that and repay to the company. So in a very indirect way, our service has helped a few girl child to become educated. So that's a very touching story for me. That's one story. The second story is, I know a very poor guy who started earning quite early in his life. And then he was able to get his sister educated, finishing an engineering college. And he was able to buy his first car. And he was also able to pay the first down payment 1 month back for his home. So this is the second success story, because this boy, when he came to us, he was hardly 22 years old. And I think now he's 25, 26. And 3 important aspects of his life, we have been part of it. The third one is once again a very emotional story. It was a friend of mine, and he came to me for financial planning. And we realized that he had loans, and he was underinsured, and he was also borrowed. So we ensured that he was rightly insured term life with a Humans Property Act protection. And very unfortunately for him, within 18, 19 months of him taking the policy, he developed cancer and he passed away. And his family, fortunately, was able to get that money, and today they are safe. So, some ways, you don't intend that something goes wrong and people see a value. But these three are the three things which actually touched me on a very personal level, saying that I am somewhere down the line and I'm doing God's work. You have won the Best Performer Award for South Indian region. Okay. Okay. So this is the question. You have won the Best Performer Award for South Indian region. Can you share your views on that? Hari, Best Performer Award is for actors. PurplePond won the Best Financial Planner Award for South India. So CNBC TV 18 gave us the Best Financial Planner, Financial Planner Award for South India. Okay, so basically, I don't know. I think we believe at PurplePond, we believe that there are things in your control and things which are not in your control. So what you do, the integrity that you bring to the customer's financial planning, the intensity of work that you bring, and the knowledge that you build that you are able to transfer, these are all in your control. The results, how the market behaves, is not in our hand. And similarly, how customers perceive about you also is not in your hand. But what you do is in your hand. So, but when you keep doing good work over a period of time, rewards and awards do happen. So we wouldn't claim something big for winning that award. Someone saw value in it. But I think the CNBC award precisely came, I think, for two reasons. People saw a lot of validity in our conviction to our goals, because we very deeply believe in passive investing. We are very big champions of passive investing. And I think they were also very impressed about the process we had. We had a very strong process. Both me and my partner are students of science, and we have a very strong process of onboarding customers. And we are never in a hurry. So we never use greed as a means to attract customers. So I think that's why they would have awarded us. But I have no clue why they awarded us. But maybe these are the things. This thing. Okay, the next question by Hari is, you started many branches in South India. Now, what is the next step for PurplePond? Okay, so here is an interesting take. We never start branches because we see an opportunity in a place. We see a good person, and if there's a good person, then we start a branch there. So it's not that we look at a place and then we search a person. The moment we find a good person, we start a branch, because finance as an industry is something completely based on trust. And the moment we find trustworthy people who resonate with our thought processes, then we start a branch. So today we have a branch in Kumbakonam, we have it in Trichy, we have it in Salem, Coimbatore, and Hyderabad, of course in Chennai. So these are the places we have found good, reliable people. It is not that the other cities are all filled with people who are unreliable. We are yet to find them. So the next plan for PurplePond, so there are 5 buckets of financial planning. The first one is mitigation planning or insurance planning. The second one is retirement planning. The third one is life goal planning or investment planning. The fourth one is tax planning. The fifth one is estate planning. So we are also certified estate planners. Now, what is estate planning? No matter how rich we are, whatever is the wealth we created, we cannot carry it up. But still, human being is greedy. So the wealth that we have created after us, to whom it should go, when it should go, how much should go, and how it should go. So this is estate planning. Will writing is a small part of it. So we have just recently registered a separate company called. We have 2 companies already. We have a company called PurplePond Investment Advisory, where we have a company called PurplePond Insurance Broker, where we do the risk mitigation planning. And PurplePond Investment Advisory does the second, third, and fourth one, which is the retirement planning, life goal planning, and tax planning. Then PurplePond Estate Planners is something we have recently registered, and that will take care of all the transfer of wealth from one generation to the next generation. I think that's a very important thing, because many people don't even understand. Many people believe that nominee will automatically get the money that they have. No, it's not the nominee who gets the money, it's the legal heir who gets the money. So just because you put your wife as the nominee, it doesn't mean that she will get all the proceeds. So no, she just acts as a pass-through. So there are a lot of things. We have a Hindu Marriage Act. We have so many things. So so estate planning is about writing a will using tax planning and the loss of the land to make it effectively reach the intended person at the right time. So that's our next expansion.